All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Yo.
welcome to the new show. I did a little bit of changing here, but welcome to Military History Chronicles. This is the Military History Conversations, episode 1. I kind of redid the of how we're going to do this. Instead of saying Military History Current Events, I'm going to call it this. And then, as you can see, I don't know if you guys have noticed in the channel, but I deleted some of the old ones. I just want to be a little bit careful. And I think you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Because in this day and age, free speech ain't quite as it used to be. So I'm just going to be careful.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. We're going to still talk about the conflict that's happening in the Middle East. We could talk about that.
And again, I think the biggest worry is at some point you may not be grandfathered into something that they don't like. And
exactly.
We don't want that crap. So
exactly. Hey, PK, what's up? Shardall's in here. I know that a couple of guys are probably over there in Ryan's channel. I try to go a little bit. Yeah, I try to go. He was supposed to go at 9. I was going to go at 9:30, but he started a little bit late. So,
no, that's all.
But yeah, good. So like I said, we'll still talk about military history, all that good stuff. But because a lot of it deals with the political and the diplomatic, of course. But I just want to be careful when we get a little bit deeper into that stuff. I don't want to get flagged saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. So,
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I guess the big news, real quick, in the States is there's a big mass shooting in Maine.
Yeah, that guy lost. Apparently, he's a 20-year Army veteran, and he's no longer a veteran in my eyes.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's not one of us.
Have they even? Are they saying this on the TV? Because I'm trying to find I look on Newsmax. No one's saying anything about the identity.
Where I've been fine. Hold on one second. I'll put the thing in the chat here real quick. Let me find it again. I've been following this guy's channel for a little bit here.
Yeah, I kind of don't. I hate to say this, Matt, but I don't put a lot of stock in mainstream media.
No, I'm the same way. Trust but verify.
Did they find him yet?
No, he's still on the run. Okay, so
man, they're filling a lot of circles over there in that one area.
This has nothing to do with this channel, but Dan is so pissed off he just called Sean Proctor about this last trade that didn't go through.
Really? What happened?
I think he thinks I'm colluding against him, man. I'm just messing with him. I'm not.
Who, you?
Yeah, I didn't do anything. I didn't veto this trade at all. I didn't do anything.
Which one? The one between Heroku and?
Well, no, I didn't veto that one either. I thought that was a good trade.
No, it's still up there.
Right, but there was a trade that Dan just did with Purdy Goodies. I didn't veto that one. But.
Wow. I know Will Martinez tried to send me a trade request, and I denied it. I don't
really have anybody to trade unless somebody wants a receiver. But I'm doing all right, PK.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting how this all works out, though.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
that's a shame because I already got it. You could already kind of see how the narrative is going to go. Hey, what's up, Matt? Good to see you.
Another crazy veteran goes unhinged, and
yeah, it's gonna get ugly.
Do I sound like a telemarketer still? I need to replace the headset, man.
No, it sounds good.
Oh, okay,
sounds
cool.
good.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a new mic and everything too. I need to do that.
Yeah, that's what I did too. Because I got tired of using it because my camera has a mic, but I didn't like it sounded too.
Yeah, man. The other thing I was using there, I sound like a damn telemarketer trying to steal your identity.
Yeah,
that's how I sound to clients apparently too.
Really? Oh wow, yeah.
So I'm not gonna do that no more.
Yeah, it makes a big difference when you have a good headset and a microphone. It does, and you don't have to spend all that much either, which is nice.
No, they don't cost that much.
But my gosh, terrible news. Hey, we got a Speaker of the House, which is nice.
We did, yes.
Finally.
We got something.
We're moving in the right direction there. Let me bring up as far as the Middle East is concerned. Just still waiting to see what's going to happen as far as the ground war is going to
Yeah.
If it's when it's gonna happen. Oh, what's this? 19 minutes ago. Under a heavy Israeli attack. Hey, do you have a live stream by chance? This is 19 minutes ago, so I'm guessing it's. Oh, what is all that?
Let me try to find it.
Ooh.
I've got Dan at 1 year, and he's. Dan wants to refund the money now. He's really pissed off. He thinks I'm leading the charge on this collusion thing. I'm not doing anything.
Wow, what the heck?
No, man, I don't. Oh, anyway.
Damn.
That's not this channel, so let's just leave it there. I find it interesting to have these hash marks across.
Do you see what that means? Yeah. Because I read about that earlier.
That's a no-go zone right there.
That's a no-go zone. So what they're doing is making sure there ain't no innocents in that area.
I would imagine if you come across that fence there, you probably get shot.
They're gonna, you know what? The way it looks like they're just gonna come in from everywhere. It's not gonna just be one area. They're coming in from everywhere.
No, it's not.
Wow. Matthew says, Eric, not to be insensitive about what's going on today before we get in the military, but what do you think about Farhan? Oh, yeah. I was gonna get into that a little bit.
We had a nice little discussion about this between the 4 or 5 of us.
I know. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something right now. It's great that they got that manager, but I don't care because we still got Farhan. And another thing that was interesting today, did you see all this report? Danny Emmerman is going after ownership. I don't know if you see any of his tweets.
I saw that. Yeah. I'm like,
oh my gosh,
this guy wants his job or not? What the hell is going on here?
You know what? Where has this? See, this is. I feel bad for Bob Melvin because this organization had treated him good when he first. This was the first team that called him up, right? This was his first major league team. And he's got some reverence for the organization, but this organization is not the same as it was back then. You got a guy, the ownership, it's a collective, but you got Charles Johnson coming out saying our goal is to break even. Our goal is to break even. So he's talking about money as the first goal.
Yeah.
And then we want to win. That's the worst. And just like Emmerman said, this is a multi-billion-dollar organization. And that's the first thing you're going to say is that you want to break even. These people don't have a clue into running a baseball club. And like I said, I think I've said this before. I'm not saying that you got to go out there and spin like Cohen, but spend some damn money and feel good about it because you know what? Dude. You're bringing a product to your fan base. You know what I'm saying? You want to put out. Do you have a competitive spirit in your bone? It makes. And then you got Farhan. And I don't know. Is Farhan being handcuffed?
No. Now the question is: was this baked into the deal with Melvin, or was this done?
I'm telling you right now. I said this what was it, a month or two ago? Mm-hmm. That it's they're either going to fire Farhan or he has a damn extension because it doesn't make sense just to get rid of Kapler and then you hold on to Farhan. And then what I find it interesting, and I said these are little shady sons of bitches, and I'll tell you why, because they waited for the huge managerial position, and then next thing you know, they announced an extension for Farhan. That doesn't jive. Right. You know what jives? If he went out there and got some free agents in this next offseason and put together a good team, that deserves an extension. Hiring a manager that shouldn't have been the reason. They shouldn't.
Yeah, this shouldn't have been leverage.
Yeah, exactly. So I think he had this. I think he may have already had this in the beginning of the season.
Hey, maybe he already talked. Well, here's the other thing. Maybe Melvin knew he was done.
Yeah.
Who knows?
All I know is,
but obviously Melvin's an upgrade. But the issue is we still got the same shitty.
You still got still same team. And do you trust in Farhan and the ownership to get this done?
I mean, is he going to tell Melvin to here's your lineup for the day, and here's how we're going to do things? Is he going to do the same thing he did to Kapler? Because apparently Kapler wasn't in charge of his lineup cards.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
From all we know, that he wasn't in charge of his lineup cards, and
now one good thing I did here. Yeah, exactly. Our goal is to break even.
Break even. These nuts.
It's stupid. Then don't. Oh, did you know what? Tell you what. Sell your ownership stake. If you don't want to be in this business to spend money, then
if your
sell
goal
your
is
ownership
not
stake.
to win a World Series, go somewhere.
Exactly.
Don't even be an owner of any team.
Exactly. Ugh. It's disgusting.
It's so aggravating. They have so much money. They have so much money, but they don't spend a damn dime. When they do spend a dime, they get nothing but wounded weirdos.
Exactly.
They get Conforto, Haniger. I mean, are they great players? Sure, they are, but they're freaking injured, dude. I mean, that's the reason why they're on the market in the first place. Exactly. That's the reason why they're free agents.
Yep.
Ohtani, even as good as Ohtani is, he's a wounded duck too. Do you really want that on your team? I mean, he's not a two-way player anymore. I mean, who knows how his pitch is going to be when he comes back in 2025 now from pitching, right? He's going to be a DH all year next year. It's aggravating. There's it feels like we are in it feels like insanity is what it is. I don't know what the owners.
Now we know how it feels. Honestly, now we know how it feels like to be an Oakland A's fan. To be honest with you,
exactly what it is. And Farhan's managing the team like an Oakland A's manager, and it's sad to see. This is the greatest club in the history of baseball.
Yep.
And this is how they're being treated. This is how they're being led.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like they're treating this as an expansion team. But then you know what? They need to look out the window because and what Marty Lurie put it pretty good yesterday. You got of course the Dodgers ahead of you. You got the Padres ahead of you. Now you got the Diamondbacks ahead of you, and you're probably going to have the damn Colorado Rockies looking down on you as well. This is just and this is after having 5 years of the guy. This is after having 5 years of Farhan Zaidi.
Right.
And then tell me how that's going to be any different. And I'm afraid what he's going to do is this year. Well, no, I can't say that no more. He's going to go right back to his own. He's got that extension. That's why he's acting the way he is, because he knows he has that extension in his back pocket.
Right, he's cock of the walk right now, man.
He's got whatever.
It's there's no explanation for this. Hopefully they do better next year. Hopefully we can. I don't know.
We'll see how the offseason. We got the manager. Supposedly he's going to be bringing in some. From what he said, he's going to bring in some former Giants into the coaching staff.
You think Will Clark?
No, you know who I think? I'm thinking Matt Williams, maybe. And who else? Maybe we'll bring in some other people. We'll see.
I don't know if Will Clark would. I don't think. If I remember correctly, Will Clark is good where he is. He's got.
Yeah, I think he's happy, kind of what he's doing.
He's kind of dedicated his whole life to his son there, and I think he's just fine there in the South doing his own thing.
Yep. Man, but yeah, like I said, I'm glad that they got him. We already knew that he was coming, but as far as is that making me any happier about the club? No, it's not, because this is only one step in a much bigger puzzle piece. And that's what I say. Oh, but to get back to this, let's get back to the Israeli thing. Yeah, I'm seeing. It looks like it's going to be a total just.
Matt Williams.
Okay. Real quick. Yeah, Matt Williams. I think Matt Williams is going to come. That's what I'm guessing, but we'll see. Do you have the four-way or any kind of other? Because they're saying there's a bunch of bombings going on, and they're showing pictures up here. There's a lot of black smoke here. Biden stressed to Netanyahu in a phone call. This is coming from Reuters. The importance of finding a path to lasting peace after the current crisis. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That's the problem.
No, there's no peace.
Let me get this one. Is it showing any smoke or anything?
No, I heard the boom when I put it in the chat here, but
how come I don't see nothing on here? Huh. Oh, this one stinks, huh? Damn.
Yeah, let me see here.
Yeah, this one's that Tel Aviv one's up. That's an overlay. That's not video. And then the other ones are not. They're all in Israel itself, not in God. There's no Gaza live streams, I guess. Those ones, those kind of stink.
I'm trying to find a better one than that.
But yeah, I was reading that. You know, you that's the problem. You're not understanding the history of. There's no lasting. The only way you get lasting peace is they're going to have to go in, as they said, their stated goal is to destroy Hamas. But Hamas isn't going to be the only one. You're going to still have Hezbollah up north. So, I mean, this is.
Yeah, I don't know. This is.
It's not easy.
Let me see here. Let me see what's going on here. I just find it interesting today that Erdogan came out and said that he was. What the hell was that noise? Anyways. I thought somebody was outside for a second there. Erdogan came out and said he was going to try to send military support to Gaza now, which is interesting. Kind of adds more fuel to the fire.
Interesting.
I'm partially listening to on Ryan's channel. Dan is really pissed off at us.
Who is he pissed off at?
Me and MF.
You and MF?
Yeah. MF's telling him straight. He goes, Dan, you're the only one complaining about the trades. He goes, this league isn't all about you. That's what MF says. And I agree with that, man.
Wow.
I don't know.
Aaron, what he says, it feels like Melvin signing is like, here's their manager you all wanted, now leave us alone. Yep, I feel the same way, Aaron.
That's kind of what it feels. That's exactly what it is.
That's what I'm saying. It's a diversionary tactic.
Hey, we replaced your manager. We're all good now. Here's your extension, Mr. Farhan. Go do the rest.
Exactly. Get out of here. What the latest though? Let's see. Let me bring up Twitter. A lot of stuff going on though. A lot of air defense. That seems to be the biggest thing that the United States is sending into the region. Well, then not only that, but they're beefing up aircraft. They're sending a lot of aircraft in the region as well. More of a show of force, but I mean, what are they going to do when they get there? Especially with those two. I'm pretty sure the Eisenhower is probably getting close to being there.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure it's within the AO.
What do we got here? See, because I get a lot of that stuff earlier in the day. Right now, at the nighttime, it's all sports stuff. Looks like the Kings are doing well, huh? What do we got here? You're a Kings fan, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Did they win tonight?
That's a great question. I was talking to my uncle today. My uncle called me out of the blue, and I had to answer the phone call.
Oh, cool. Does he live around here?
Yeah, man. He's a 15-year Air Force veteran, just like.
Oh, no kidding! What year did he retire?
You got a few years on him. But yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while. He ended up. All right, Romo. They want me to come on to Ryan's stream real quick.
All right, go for it, man. I got it.
I apologize.
No, it's all good. No worries.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna tell him there's no collusion. I'll come right back up.
All right, no worries, man.
I apologize, man. I hate
no worries. No worries.
Fucking drama, man. I hate that. You and I are military guys. We hate drama, man. We're NCOs too.
Exactly. You avoid it like the plague.
Oh my god.
You got enough stuff to deal with.
When drama happens, you want to go smack somebody. I'll be right back.
All right, cool. All right. Let's see what we got in here. How many more attacks and deaths are we going to take before retaliating against someone to send a message? You know, Aaron, and you hear me say this a lot. A lot of this could have been avoided if you had if you're demonstrating strength, just by demonstrating that you mess with us, you're gonna get it. That type of attitude. Peace through strength. That was like a big Cold War thing. But there's validity to that. If you're the biggest guy on the block, and if I mess with them, I'm gonna get my head knocked off. You're not gonna mess with them. unfortunately, in what's been happening in recent history is specifically the United States. We kind of been lacking in that department, being able to demonstrate strength. If anything, we've been demonstrating weakness, and it's proven itself. Let's in 3 occasions here. You got the Ukrainian war that had broken out. You got the constant pressure on Taiwan from China, and now you got here this Middle East stuff. Not to include, any other little things that may be happening across the globe that we probably don't even know about. I don't know, Aaron. I don't know how this is going to end out, but it's not trending in the right direction. We'll see what happens. Hey, Shard, I'll send you the link a little while. Just give me a few minutes here. Let's see. Oh, Matthew talking about that. Yeah, I'm not going to get into this. I don't even know what's going on. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you're rooting for Arizona. Chardall. What happened? How come you're not going to? What? Oh, Chardall. Why do you got to say F Texas? Why so harsh? What did they do to you? That's Bruce Bochy, man. You don't want to see Bruce Bochy get a ring? But I could see, Arizona, I mean, they got a young team. It's going to be hard to be rooting for anybody or rooting against anybody. I like both teams, to be honest with you, but I would like to see Bochy get another ring. Yeah, that's cool. I'm happy for Longoria. That's awesome. Gets to go back to the World Series with their 15 years, I think is the last time he went. The only time he went. Granted, he's not the player that he was then, but yeah, it's cool to see him in there. I like the young kids myself. I like Alek Thomas, Corbin Carroll. What's his first name? I know his last name's Moreno, the catcher. I can't remember his first name, but man, those are some good kids. I like that. Then you got, Marte and Gurriel, Tommy Pham. I mean, they got a good team. That's how you do it. You get your young guys come up, the guys that you've developed, and then you blend in some veterans. Yeah, exactly. Now, Texas is going to be tough. Here I am in military history. I'm talking baseball. I love that. But Texas got a tough. Diamondbacks are red hot, but so are Texas in a way is too. They got a lineup 1 through 9 are a threat. 100%. They are a threat. Diamondbacks, your threats are going to be Marte, Carroll, and Moreno. Sometimes Perdomo, he's been given some good at-bats. Alek Thomas has been given some good at-bats. But Longo hasn't been doing much. Tommy Pham is hit and miss. It's going to be interesting. But where are we going to go here? Oh, yeah, I'm just checking out Twitter here just to see what we got going on. Huh. Oh, that's cool. Hold on, let me see what we got here. Oh, they got a bunch of people in there. Holy crap. All right, look what he got here. I think I just said that the United States is sending a bunch of air defense capability to the region. I think they're worried about Hezbollah in the north, maybe even Iran. It's going to be interesting. You got 2 carrier groups that are going to be sitting out there. Ground defensive should be happening. I mean, it could be any day now. Who knows when that will happen, but it could be any day. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when that kicks off, to see what some of these other nations do that are supporting. Well, Iran's the biggest supporter of Hamas and Hezbollah, but I don't know about any other nations. It could be. You never know. But like I was saying, Aaron, to kind of go back to what you were saying, we got 3 regions in this world that are on fire. Well, Taiwan isn't, but it's extremely hot over there, and it's no coincidence that all these are happening at the same time. And right now, you got a coalition out there of Russia, China, Iran, and of course North Korea. They're all gonna be in cahoots. You can kind of see what's going on. You got Russia getting drones and other military supplies to fight their war in Ukraine. You got China involved in the Middle East because they want their oil, because they're huge in fossil fuels. Of course, they're going to want that oil. They're also getting involved in some of the diplomatic things. They got Iran and Saudi Arabia to talk again, but I can't imagine that the Saudi Arabias or the Saudis are sleeping well. They're right in the middle of this. They see Iran, what they're doing across the Gulf from them. They see the stuff that's happening in Israel. I don't know. Israel and Saudis were about to, start on the road of normalization. That's kind of gone out the window. I don't think that's going to come back. And like I said, if you don't have a way to challenge this, and then what I mean by challenge, it's not always military. Yeah, you got to have a strong military, of course. You got to have that strong military to basically have leverage in your diplomatic and your political operations. Because if you don't have that, then no one's going to take you. No one's going to believe you. They're just going to call your bluff. And again, I said this again. The way that we got out of Afghanistan was kind of the tipping point. But on the same token, Iran has been. I'm going to wait till Will gets back when we talk about that, because I think that's going to be a good topic to talk about. We'll get into that. Just refreshing here. All right. Yeah, there we go. We're going to get in. We can talk about that too. Let's see what he got here. Shadow, I've had Arizona iced tea. It sucks. You don't like Arizona? I like Arizona iced tea. The peach, the Arizona iced tea peach, fantastic. Moji, Biden has no clue how to prevent this from keep getting worse. The administration keeps making it worse. Well, they started it, right? And they don't know how to get themselves out of it. I mean, we're balancing on a line that could easily get into World War III, or we could maybe get out of it. We'll see. But it's scary out there right now, guys. And I don't know. I don't know what to say. I really don't have any faith in this administration and being able to do this. I really don't. I mean, I don't know who's leading the charge in the strategy in that region, because it looks awfully bad. It wasn't that long ago. It was before this kicked off. The U.S. was trying to, or our government was trying to bring back the Iran nuclear deal. For what reason? I don't understand that. Since when has Iran ever showed any ability in stopping the funding of terrorists? When have they behaved, so to speak? When have they been good stewards of being a contributor to the world? They haven't. And why they want, and that type of country, you cannot placate them by just, here's some money, or here's this, or here's that. Just being nice to them does nothing in establishing leverage and getting them to do what they want to do. And to be honest with you, even the threat of violence may not deter them, because they're just some countries you can absolutely have a show of force or kind of show a little bit more strength, and they'll capitulate. But Iran isn't like that. It's a whole different type of ball game over there. And if you don't understand that, if you don't understand their thinking and how they operate, and you go in there naive, you're going to get played. And that's kind of what's happened. Let's Eric. I don't like to ask people's preferences, but I love to hear everyone's predictions. A decade from now, had to guess in the Middle East country. Turns out, how do you see it? I don't. Yeah. That's hard to tell because things can happen so quick in the Middle East. It's very volatile. One little thing, and I'm not saying I don't want you to think that I think that what happened on October 7th is little, because it's not. That's huge. This is the biggest thing that's happened to their nation since World War II. But it doesn't take much for that region to blow up. It can snowball really quickly. In 10 years, I'll tell you what, if we get through this without any like major confrontation or major military action, we'll wind up back here again. If we get through that and everything kind of calms down, which I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to calm down. But if it does, we'll be right back into this again. It happens all the time. You know, things get all heated up. Remember when the intifadas happened in the early 2000s? I think it was on 2000. Was it 2000 and 2005? They had two big intifadas. And, that's pretty significant. But it eventually calmed down. And then, occasionally there's, some attacks here and there. But like I said, if it doesn't get into a major shooting war right now, then we'll just see more of the same type of incidents that we're seeing now, and the same type of stuff that we've seen even prior to October 7th. Yeah, I never had Brittingham tea. Never had that. Oh, interesting. Is that something just in the South? Because I know you're in Georgia. I haven't heard of Brittingham. Let's see. He's saying, how true is it that Israel is not necessarily trained to invade on foreign ground, as their name states, Defense Force? Oh, I think they know I know what's going on. I think they'll have a clue there, Aaron. Don't worry. The Israeli Defense Force, even though it's called Israeli Defense Force, they're more than capable to take care of business. Go take a gander at what they did in 1967 and 1973. Granted, it was a while back, but just go take a look at it. You got the 7-Day War, the Yom Kippur War. Israel handled their business nicely. Matter of fact, they took over the Sinai Peninsula. They took over Lebanon. They took over. Did they take over parts of Jordan? I think it was the West Bank. But hey, what's up, Arrow? How's it going? I wish I had a net and a Yahoo. A net and a Yahoo right about now. How's it going, Arrow? Coming in with the jokes. But yeah, don't worry about what the Israeli army could do or defense force. They're more than capable of taking care of business. No doubt about it. What's going on in Ukraine? Haven't heard a whole lot. That's kind of been in the back burner, hasn't it? I think it's just pretty much the same old, same old. It's good. They're going to start getting into the winter months. Every time you get into the winter months or even I should say the fall, you're going to have to worry about inclement weather, and then of course in the winter you got a lot of snow. Military operations usually come to a halt in that part of the world. It's hard to maneuver tanks when there's a couple of feet of mud. Frozen ground isn't so bad. Frozen ground you can actually operate in, but it all depends. Yeah, I think it's gonna wherever the lines of battle are happening, it will probably stop right there once the snow starts falling. All right. I'm guessing Will's having a heck of a discussion over there. I'm just taking a look at Twitter here, guys. Oh, Oh, I guess, yeah. I'm just taking a look. It looks like the Kings did win. They keep showing clips of Malik Monk's dunk. Oh, man. Oh, what is that? Look at that. That is cool. I'll show it later here. I'm just taking a look at some things here. Keep it there. All right, what do we got here? This is a religious war, an ideological war. Yep. That's exactly what it is. I have no idea, Matthew. Couldn't answer that question. I stopped following WWE quite a bit, or WWE and WCW. Well, whatever. Both of them. I quit watching them like around right around 2002 or so. I stopped. Occasionally, I would catch a little bit of it afterwards. Especially when Stone Cold and The Rock were facing off against each other. I never cared about the women's wrestling. Whatever. He said post-Cold War, most wars will be classes of cultures, religious perhaps. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say most wars would be classes of cultures. Wars happen for a whole bunch of different reasons. Sometimes it's religion. Sometimes it's you just want to take over someone else's land. I mean, you name it. What else? If you feel threatened by a neighboring country, political issues, contests of trying to control other countries. I mean, that kind of, with Vietnam and Korea, you had the fear of the spread of communism ideology. So you could go with that, certain political ideologies. So yeah, as far as clash of cultures, not to say it hasn't. The war that's happening in, I guess we could call it that, the war that's happening in the Middle East, because Israel declared war on Hamas. So yeah, that is definitely a ideological type of a situation. Those are the worst kind, because it's not based on the stated objectives on one side is the annihilation of an entire race of people. On the other side, they're tired of being threatened and terrorized by the group who want to rid them off this planet. So, yeah. Probably more of an ethno-religious. Yeah, you could say that. You could say that because there's a lot of history there. It goes back millennia. But where does it end? That's like I said, the adversaries in this contest, it's hard to deter them even if they can be deterred. They're going to have to feel pressure from a world side, not just from the United States. It's got to come from the entire world that are against that kind of stuff, because of course they got their own allies in Russia and China and North Korea. Because I'm talking specific about Iran. There's don't make any mistake about it. Iran has got their fingerprints all over this, and I think everyone understands that. It's interesting. God, I'm waiting for Will to get in here because I don't want to get into this other stuff yet. Boy, it must be really getting hot and heavy over there. Yeah, good point there, Aaron. Once you pledge allegiance to a higher authority, exactly, it's justified in their eyes, and the human agent is no longer culpable. Good point. That's true, because that's kind of where it is right now. Whew. Whew. trying to think of where else we could go with this. I'm just refreshing this live UA map. But it sounds like there's this another steady of bombing going on in Gaza, preparing for the ground offensive, of course. I kind of talked about here. How about that? The House of Representatives finally elected a Speaker of the House, so maybe now we could get it. Now we could get they could get underway with doing their job. God, it took longer. What was it? 3 weeks for that whole debacle to get fixed. What a mess. Just do your job. Come on, that's all we ask as a citizen. When we elect you, please just go there, do your job, what's best for the country, do your public service, and then leave and go up and commence among your personal business. Go start a business somewhere after you served in government. Stop just staying in there and trying to keep on hold of that power and never want to leave. I don't know. I'm thinking. I don't think Biden has convinced Israel to delay. I think what the delay is, honestly, I think they're trying to get some more air defense platforms in the region, because I think they understand. As soon as Israel starts marching into Gaza, there's going to be a retaliatory action, by a lot of missiles, and I think they want to have an air defense system in place that can hopefully thwart majority of it. So I think that's one of the issues. They're waiting for some of this stuff to get in place. Once it gets in place and they're up and running, then Israel can commence with their ground assault. Because honestly, they need to go in there and wipe out Hamas. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be pretty. There's going to be a lot of suffering. There's going to be a lot of anguish. But they're going to have to go in there and they got to root out those Hamas people, because if they don't, it's going to constantly be there. Constantly. Yeah, good point, Crab. Even if there was no religion, people would still fight wars over ethnicity, resources, and land. Yep. War is baked into the cake of humanity. We simply live in a fallen world. It's good point. I think we have an inherent willing to fight in the human race. And if there's one constant that has been ever since humans have been on Earth, is we like to fight each other. It's just in our DNA, as you said, kind of like what you're saying. So I don't think, unfortunately, as bad as war is, it will never end. So where is the U.S. sending troops? There is no troops. The only troops that I could think of them sending as more support troops, as far as like fighting, war fighters, no, I don't see that. Maybe special forces. I mean, you never know. Special forces are special for a reason, because you don't know where they're going to be. But yeah, they may be in there. We don't know. But there may be support troops as far as setting up those air defenses that have been going on, or that are being sent in the region. Oh, that's a good question, PK. I asked that same question. Why is Governor Newsom in China talking to Xi Jinping? Good question. He's the governor of a state of the United States. He's not the president. He's not a congressman. He's not a senator. To me, I don't think he has a business talking to a world leader. That's just me. What's up, Will?
The air has been cleared.
Are we good?
We're good. Hopefully, there's no more drama. I think.
So what the hell was that all about then?
Well, they wanted to argue over trades and whatnot. So now Sean Proctor is going to take over who decides what trade goes through and what doesn't. And it's all bueno. I don't care. It is what it is.
Yeah, we're almost done with this.
I just wanted to let them know that there's no collusion or anything like that. We're not trying to go down that road.
Oh man.
But on this end, sorry about that, man. I didn't mean to.
No, it's all good.
I just wanted to clarify a few things.
Are they still going on over there?
Still going on about the same subject too, yes.
Wow.
God, just let it go. Just play. But anyways, back on to the mission.
Yeah, there was something I was going to talk about, and I totally forgot. I was going to wait till you get in here, and I was like, I can't remember what I said I was going to talk about.
Well, how long? So you've been going on about the Newsom one call? Well, okay.
Yeah, just whatever's been in the chat. We're kind of going over a little bit.
Okay.
Damn, there was something I was going to bring up. Wait, what is going on here?
Maybe we could talk
Your
about
commish changed the league.
Yes, he did.
Yep, I just saw the notification come across here. So he's going to reject or push through all trades now?
Yeah, and he'll likely push all trades through that look like they're not colluded with. That's what he was saying. So nobody's colluding with anybody. It's not like you and I got on the phone and go, "Hey, let's go veto Dan's trade" or something. Or me and MF
I have not vetoed one damn trade. Not one.
My buddy calls him. What are you trying to say, PK?
Vampire? Oh, he's talking about Newsom.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw he actually talked to Xi Jinping.
Oh, of course. They're gonna be best friends.
But like I said, that's not the duty of a governor from a state.
No. In fact, I believe that might even
he's overstepping.
be illegal. I believe.
I don't know what he's
anyways.
doing. Oh gosh.
Aaron, actually, it's only $75.
$75.
$75, but you would think it would be a $500 bond. And I don't care losing $75. It's not that big a damn deal. When it comes to trades, though, I
wanted to have some fun, and then at the same time, hey, if I can win a little bit of money, that'd be cool. But it's getting a little too much, man. Like, yeah, I know.
I've been in competitive leagues for the last 20 some odd years, and yeah. Anyways, I'm not going to go there. But
okay, what are we going to get here? Let me see. Still the same, and I keep refreshing the live UA. Not a whole lot. Oh, what was I going to say?
Give me 1 second, real quick. I'm going to
go for it.
My drink here.
Go for it. Yeah, I don't know what Newsom's doing as far as the campaign. It's because Biden, usually when the incumbent announces he's going to run for re-election, no one will get in the way. Oh, how many countries have I been to? I've been to a bunch. Countries or states? I've been to quite a few countries. When I was stationed in Germany, we were able to go all over the place. That was awesome.
All right. Right.
You're all good to go.
Florida is terrible weather.
Oh yeah, I don't think I couldn't handle living over there with all the humidity.
Oh man, all the humidity. Man, it's like you were stationed in the Midwest, like I was. We're in a Great Plains.
Yeah, it
was. All that humidity sucks, bro.
Wichita Falls, it got pretty humid over there, and I hated it when it got humid.
And then when the wind blows and it's cold as hell, there's no hills.
There's no hills. It doesn't block it. It just blows on. Will is in Dragunov. Who? Alex Peter, you know this guy?
I do know him.
Will is in Dragunov.
Yeah,
isn't that a Russian sniper rifle?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
PK, no, I've never been to Italy. I've had friends stationed there, and I actually have a grandmother that lives in Italy.
You know what's funny? All the time that we stayed in Germany, we never went to damn Italy. We went to the. Let's see. because we lived right on the border of Germany and the Netherlands. And as a matter of fact, the commissary that we had a shop was a small little army station, and basically all it had was a BX and a commissary. So that's where we did our commissary shopping. But the base where I was stationed at Geilenkirchen,
Okay.
173rd, that's airborne, right? Yeah.
173rd. Yeah, they're in Vicenza.
Yeah, I was going to say they're in Italy. So we go to, like I said, the base, the back gate was basically the border of the Netherlands. So that's how close that we were as far as that base.
Hey,
and, what you got?
So Alex, I don't think he minds me saying this, but Alex is pretty big into Civil War history, and he actually
all right.
He did some reenactment kind of stuff.
Where at?
I'll let him answer that.
Is he from around here?
No, he's not. He's back east.
Oh, okay. Nice.
He's a good dude. I know him for a few years.
Awesome. Hey, we appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, man.
Yeah,
man, I love Civil War, man. I could talk about the Civil War forever. I said, right now we're kind of just doing we're just kind of free. We're freelancing right here as far as just talking about what's going on. But I'd like to get into some topics, and I probably want to ask the chat too. What is there a topic that they want to hit that we can kind of expand upon?
There you go. See,
Droop Mountain is my favorite reenactment. Now, I'm not sure where Droop Mountain is. Where's that near? Yeah, because there's so how many different stuff. There's so many small battles that happened during the Civil War that you just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know of or never heard of, but
you got
that's the other thing too. We grew up in
West Virginia. Okay,
West Virginia. Yeah, see, we grew up. You and I grew up here in California, so
I know. And
if you grew up in a place like where Alex grew up in West Virginia, you know all those.
Oh,
battles.
You got all of that.
You know everything that happened in there.
Newmarket.
So
that's where 14 black soldiers were awarded the Medal of Honor in Newmarket.
Really?
That was huge. Yeah. That was really huge. What did they call them? The U.S. colored troops. They were fighters, man. I tell you, if they were led right, they were, you could count on them. Absolutely.
No, I think the Civil War is probably the most fascinating period of history in the United States, to be honest.
Because there's so many, not just with the fighting, but just with the political wrangling and the
political and the social dynamics and
Stonewall Jackson.
God, was he such a great general?
But was he? But how did Stonewall? There's debate on that moniker of Stonewall.
There is a debate
because the general that brought that up was, why is he just standing there like a stone wall, like basically doing nothing?
right.
Or there he is as a stone wall, as rebuffing
as a stone wall,
like
he's a bulwark or something.
Exactly.
Yeah. Bulwark versus somebody who's not doing a spotlight.
Exactly. There's a fine line. Yeah. But no doubt about it, he was a hell of a commander. He was Lee's right hand man there for a while, and then after that, of course, it became Longstreet.
Longstreet was another good general.
Yeah, he was.
Made some blunders during the Battle of Gettysburg.
Lee, but he was still he was a good commander.
What it's interesting if you were to compare the West Point classes between the Southern states versus the Union.
Southern states had more.
The Southern states had a hell of a lot better generals than the Union did.
Yeah, they did.
And what really got us through was our infrastructure and your thesis, right?
Yeah, railroads, buddy.
That's where it all comes into play, right there.
It does.
Man.
Honestly, it does. But there's also, we, in the beginning, the generals that we had in the Union at that time, you had Irvin McDowell, wasn't all that good. You had because he was in the Battle of Bull Run. Then you had good old what's his name, McClellan. Oh dear God, man.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
That guy. I'll tell you what. One thing he was good at. He was good at building up his army.
Yeah, he was good at
getting the discipline, getting the tactics. But as far as his strategy in fighting, garbage, dude.
Now it's funny. The other day when you were quizzing me on your quote there, Sherman is my favorite general of all time. That's
the guy right there. Yep, Bernard B.
Bernard B.
But he died. That's the whole controversy. because he died at the battle, so we'll never know what exactly was the connotation of Stonewall. Yep.
See, I told you, Alex knows his stuff, man. Look at him. He's in here popping off.
Yeah, there you go. Look at General Mott. His division went into the Battle of Wilderness in 64, and they got,
Yeah, they did. They got effed up, man. I love it, man. You know what? Shardul brought up a good at the Indo-Pakistani war. I'd actually love to get Shardul taken on that. Shardul, Shardul, you're Indian, right?
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
That war damn near went nuclear.
It damn sure did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Alex, are you a Sherman? Is he a Sherman fan?
He likes the South, my friend.
Oh,
but I'm sure he appreciates Sherman because Sherman was he was a badass.
Yeah, a lot of people think Sherman is a bad name, especially in Georgia.
In Georgia, yeah, Georgia does not take kindly to General Sherman.
So, Alex, tell me, who do you think was the most competent Confederate general? Kind of like to get his idea on that.
I'm gonna Google that right now, Shardul. I like this. I like what you're putting up right now.
You talk between. Is that between the Pakistanis and the Indians?
Well, yeah, the Punjab province has been fought over for a long time.
Isn't that the Kashmir? Something like that.
Kashmir area, yeah. Probably just.
Let's say overall, Army generals are kind of easy. You know, some of your division commanders are usually some of the best tacticians. Usually, there are so many. Do you like Claiborne? I kind of like what I've read about Claiborne. He did well, especially in the Western Theater. Well, he was always in the Western Theater. I don't think he ever went to the East, right? Yeah, he died in what was that? Just before Nashville. What the hell was the name of that major battle in 64? I can't remember where they were the Confederacy lost like 8 generals.
Well, PK, you got to be careful with that one right there. That'll get you off YouTube real quick.
Yep, Battle of Franklin. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's where he unfortunately met his maker.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
Did you know what Claiborne? He actually advocated to arm the slaves and have them fight for the Confederacy because he saw the writing on the wall. Because they were running the Confederacy. That's one thing that the Confederacy was running out of men.
PK.
A lot of desertions. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I figured that, Shardul. I figured that.
The War of Nether. Or there was what was the other? There was different. The Troubling Time or something like that.
Yeah, the Troubling Time.
Yeah, there's different. Yeah, what people call it. Yep.
Shardul, I have a few Sikh friends, so to speak, and they talk about their experiences fighting the Pakistanis, and it's I never knew how intense it was until I talked to those guys. They're fighting that battle to this day. I mean, to this day, there's a border fight there between the Pakistanis.
You know who else has a border fight is India and China.
China too. China's breathing down their necks as well. Yeah, Modi's been trying to fend them off for the last few years now. And he's done a pretty good job about it. They do like cricket. Yes, PK. They love cricket.
I'm trying to remember the name of the. I think McLaw, right? He was a good general. Goodness gracious, who's the name of the guy? There was a general. He was really good too. Matter of fact, he owned a Confederate. Well, I shouldn't say Confederate. He owned a Southern Railroad. A.P. Hill.
A.P. Hill. That's a name. Okay. That's a name right there. Yep.
Mm-hmm. He didn't do so well in Gettysburg, but afterwards he held his own.
I am admittedly a big fan of Robert E. Lee.
McLaws, McLaws was good. Yep. He was kind of a go-to for General Lee. Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember that guy's name. He was a short guy too. Oh, what the hell was his name? You might be able to know, Alex. If you put it up there, I'll remember. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to. Oh yeah, Harry Heath. He was another good one. Yep. Are you a fan of American Battlefield Trust by chance?
Oh yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I love that channel. I never miss an episode. Absolutely love it.
Alex knows a lot about the Civil War, man. He's all about it, man.
I love the Civil War.
I've actually learned from this guy, So,
gosh, I'm trying to remember.
It's cool too because he knows a lot about the South, and I don't really know too much about that because we grown up. I think growing up, depending on where you grow up at, you get taught certain things, and over here, I was taught more about the Union than anything else. Yeah, the American Battlefield Trust, PK. Check that out on YouTube. Amazing content. Man, it is very humbling when they do those little battlefield. What do we used to call them in the military, Eric? Staff rides, if you will.
For what?
The little staff rides. They take you along the battlefield and they show you.
Oh, yeah. Big battle walk.
Yeah, walking through those areas there and showing you where everything was, where the people were, where the troops were. That's an amazing experience, even though it's not in person, but it's on YouTube. It's amazing.
I'm gonna find him.
Warhawk.
Porter Alexander. You cannot talk about Civil War or Confederate Army without talking about Porter Alexander. He was their head of artillery. Warhawk, huh? I'm gonna have to. You know who else is good? You ever watch? Oh my God, Stuff Rider. Go to Stuff Rider, STUFF Rider, and he goes along with these battle walks in different battlefields. Specifically, like usually it's in Gettysburg or Antietam, but he'll film as the ranger is given their spiel during a battle walk. It's pretty good.
Oh, I love that kind of stuff, man. I like how the American Battlefield Trust has been dipping into Revolutionary War too, because that's kind of a more
of 1812
unspoken topic. Yeah. Their review of the Battle of was it Yorktown the other day? I watched. Beautiful, amazing.
I'm gonna find him. What the hell is his name?
Be right back. 1 second.
No problem. There is a guy in here, and I can't remember what his name was. I'm gonna have to pull out my damn Civil War maps from American Battlefield because I know they have his name in there. I just can't remember his damn name. Pissing me off. Yep. Yes, he was very, very smart. Exactly. Nathan Bedford Forrest. Guy was a hell of a cavalry commander. Had absolutely zero military training, but he knew how to lead his men. You know, I don't agree with, the business he was in, but as far as a commander, he was something. I'm trying to remember the name of that guy. Maybe you can remember. Do you remember, Alex? Do you know who I'm talking about? There was a division commander, and he owned a Southern Railroad before he came into service, and I can't remember what his name is. Damn.
Hey, Alex, you want to hop in here, man?
Oh yeah, I could send. You want to send him the link? You go ahead and send him the link.
Alex, come on in, man. Let's talk some smack here. Let's talk about the Civil War. I don't know if I can send him the link though. Oh, he's at work. That's right. He works night shift.
Oh, never mind.
Forgot about that.
But yeah, if he ever wants to come on, I'm all willing to talk.
Yeah, man.
I wish I could remember the guy's name. I cannot remember who that general was.
All right, fuck it, Alex. All right, we'll see you.
Oh, it's not I don't think it was McLaw.
I don't. Hold on. Maybe I can put. Hey, I'll shoot it to you on Discord, Alex.
It might have been.
We have a speaker. Yes, sir. We finally do.
What's up?
Eric L.
Oh.
Can't find Rough Riders. PK, how'd you feel about our game day? Real quick. I think we did pretty good.
See, they're only showing this. Hold on, let me see. Nope, not the White Run. Gosh! This is going to bug me until I can figure it out. And no, it wasn't Jubal Early. It wasn't Jubal. He was the division commander. And I'm trying to remember what his name was.
That's the issue, Aaron.
Hold on, let me see something. Let me bring up American Battlefield Trust. I think he was in.
Yeah, PK, don't worry about Friday. Don't worry about Friday, PK. We'll be fine. Yeah, he did, Eric. Did you see me in there? I was trying to defend myself.
Here we go.
I had to say something, man. They were trying to say I was leading collusion. I didn't do nothing, so I just wanted to clear the air. I know MF's pissed off right now. MF is pissed off.
Is he really?
No, he's got every right to be, though. I mean,
because they're accusing him of something that wasn't legit.
Yeah, maybe you and I could talk about it offline, but
all right, fair enough.
I get where MF is going with it, and I agree with him completely too.
Come on, man! Why are they just showing that? Maps. Maybe I could get that. Not Spotsylvania.
Gee, what are you looking for?
Petersburg. It might be here. I might be able to find it because if I see his name, I know who it is. I'm pretty sure he was here. If I can find it.
Well, hey, Eric, if you want to do a Civil War stream,
there it is. Found it. Mahone. That's the guy. Mahone. He was another good general. He was another good division commander for the Confederates. That's what it is. Mahone. I know Alex will know if he's a big Civil War guy, he's going to know exactly who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
that's the guy I was thinking of. He actually owned a Southern Railroad, and then he joined the Confederate Army, of course. And then I think he went back to his railroad afterwards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Granted, it was in disarray because the Confederates, they didn't know how to take care of their railroads at all because they didn't invest in it. That's the problem. Oh, is that your buddy right there?
Not Mahomes. Yes, not Mahomes.
Not Mahomes. All right.
Oh,
is he ready to come in?
If he wants to. He said if you want to stream tomorrow, he has the
I'm probably not going to go on tomorrow. Okay. All right, here, I'll bring him in. Hey, welcome to the show. Hey, what's up?
Oh shit, what's up, brother? Hey man, how you doing? Hey, you're muted.
Oh, you're muted. Here,
we got to unmute you somehow. Unmute you somehow, some way.
All right, here, I'll bring him out. Maybe wait, hold on, let me see. Nope, I can't do that. He has to do it on his end.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna take him out real quick here to let him figure it out.
Okay.
But yeah, not Mahomes. Mahone. Mahone. Mahone.
Yeah, Alex is a good resource on Civil War stuff, man. I've been asking him questions for the last couple of years now when it comes to that
awesome
stuff.
I mean, because there's so many, like I said, it all happened back east.
And again, he grew up in West Virginia, so
exactly. So he's right there, and then West Virginia became West Virginia right in the middle of the Civil War.
Right, and he has a better perspective on all this than we do. He grew up with this stuff. He grew up with, being raised on, okay, yeah. He says it might be his brother. He's trying to figure it out. Okay, so he's got a much better perspective on things than we do. We don't get taught this stuff. We don't get taught about the South where we come from.
No,
we get taught that they're the enemy, and that's about it.
You know what got me? I'm gonna tell you, it's strange. You know what really got me into the Civil War is when I was in high school, my freshman year. I had a history teacher, and the way that he taught the Civil War, it got me enthused into it. And I kept it for my whole life. And I just got more and more into it because the way he explained it, he made it seem like he was almost there. The way he just explained it, it was a great experience. And when you have someone like that, then it makes it more, you want to learn more about it.
So. Yeah. I had the same experience when I was going to school. I had that same experience. I was, to me, the Civil War is probably the most fascinating time in American history. Yeah. You had this Revolutionary War, which is great.
People call it a second revolution.
It's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
And in fact, that's actually what it was. Actually, was a second revolution. And to me, the dynamic and the time period in general are just so fascinating. And to me, what fascinates me the most is the bravery of these men on both sides. You're standing shoulder to shoulder.
I don't know how you do that.
Freaking cornfield. You know you're going to get shot. It's just a matter of time, but you're doing it.
And you know what's crazy is doing, close order drill, right?
Oh,
you don't see that today. You don't see close order drill today. You use it as far as establishing discipline, but as far as following direction. But these people had to do this while you're in combat. You're in column formation. Then you got to get into line formation, establish your damn regiments and your brigades.
That's line formation.
It's nuts. And then at the same time, now you're marching across the field or whatever it may be. And
I got my hand signals backwards. This is file behind me, which would be a column. This is platoon. This would be platoon on line. You
see. I don't know the hand signal. I just know the auditory. But and that's the thing.
That's the army stuff, man.
In the Civil War, it wasn't you didn't have radios. You might have had telegram, but all that stuff was by bugle call, by using your regimental flags. I mean, it's nuts. And
nowadays, so here's the difference between now and then. So nowadays, if you wanted to get a element of troops online, or excuse me, let's say you want to get them on a column, you would do something like pat your head twice, do this, look at the fire team leader, do one of these. That means column, or that means a single file line in a column.
Gotcha.
Or you could do one of these, do one of those, and do this. That means platoon online. If you put your arms out behind you like a wing, that means a wedge formation.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
That's the old army stuff.
But it's totally different, like you said, compared to how they fight today.
God! And the officers are out there. Keep in mind too.
Oh yeah.
They were out there with swords.
In the lead.
In the lead with swords. They didn't have any guns in their hands.
Not in the back.
Come on, boys, let's do it.
Crazy.
Shit.
Crazy. Oh yeah, absolutely. The obstacles. A big boulder could totally just throw everything off because you got to be able to maneuver around it, but still hold your formation. It's nuts.
Don't forget the old highway system back then had those big, almost like you would call almost like a farm pin, if you will.
Oh,
the way they had all the wood and the hedgerows.
They had to traverse over that if they had to, or it's just.
They would line up. There's a very cool. I don't know if you've seen this. There's a very cool video game on Steam where they do a really good job of replicating the Civil War and that facet where you could put men online and.
Gotcha.
And you could direct them to fire when they want to fire. It's a pretty interesting game.
Wow. But
you're old school.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's just the way that they fought back then, and then just the leadership of the men. I mean, that's something I really enjoy, especially Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses Grant.
I used to think about that sometimes.
Sherman.
Because, when I was in NCO in the Army, I used to think about how do you motivate a soldier to go out there and do something like that?
Exactly. It's tough. But you know what? The first thing you got to have is you got to have the respect and the competency. If you don't have the respect or the competency, then you start losing people.
Yeah. In fact, I'm a big believer that NCOs lead the charge. I really believe that.
Especially now. Because NCOs are huge. They're the backbone of your armed forces.
What they call E7s in the Army, right? They call them platoon daddies because You're pretty much their dad. You got a bunch of soldiers that are 20 some odd years old.
And that was a big difference between the Soviet army and the American army, because an American, if you lost your officer in the Soviet army, they were screwed.
They were done.
If you lost, say, your platoon commander, your platoon's still going to function with the platoon sergeant. I mean, that's the way that we were formulating our forces. They were very centrally controlled within the Soviet Union.
One of my favorite quotes was from a sergeant major in the Battle of Bellawood. They were getting attacked by the Germans. They decided, well, hell, we're gonna push these guys back. We're not gonna sit here and let them push us back. And so the sergeant major gets out in front of his troops with a pistol, by the way, and he goes, "Come on, you sons of bitches! You want to live forever?"
Yeah.
They pushed the Germans back 3 freaking miles that day. That was also the same day that the French troops came across. Was it Smedley Butler or somebody else? There was another. It was a major, and the major actually was awarded the Medal of Honor. Can't remember his name right now, but the French told this guy, he goes, "Hey, you need to retreat. We're retreating out here." And he goes, "Retreat? Hell, we just got here."
That's funny.
That is leadership.
That's funny.
That's being a hard leader, and that's going to get
the
job done.
It's tough, especially when we're talking life and death.
Right.
That's a whole different. It's a whole different type of environment.
I think there is a point to it. Do you want to wait for it to happen to you, or do you want to go charge at it yourself?
Or do you want to, exactly? Do you want to control the destiny, or do you want the destiny to be controlled by, someone else?
At least have some play in the game.
Exactly. And, not go down, don't go down with a whimper type of thing.
And I think that's what helped us win World War I and World War II. Is we had men like that. We had men that were
different.
They were much different. They were harder than us. And they figured, well, hell, the country's better off if I end up dying, I die, but it's for the better of my country. And all right, good night, Alex. Good to see you in here.
Take it easy, Alex. Hey, thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. You're welcome to come on anytime. We'll talk some Civil War stuff. I love it.
Hell yeah, man!
You'll never get any pushback from me about talking Civil War. I can go on forever on that stuff.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He knows his stuff.
Awesome. Hey, give me a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. But yeah, PK, we're gonna be lighting that beam all season long, my friend. I don't think we have anything to worry about on Friday, to be honest with you. But maybe we should have a Discord. Matthew, what do you think about us having a Discord for this channel? I think Discord might be a nice thing to have. That way, if you don't do a live stream, you can still kind of talk about things. Warriors fans, I'm not worried about them, man. I'm not worried about no Warriors fans. How do we – hold on a second. Oh, my God. We kicked the crap out of the Jazz. I'm not even worried about the Warriors at all. The Warriors are going to get smoked, man. They don't want none of this crap. Let me see if I can find another Gaza stream here. They are annoying. They are very annoying. And oh, man. Today's game was dominance. We dominated. 130 points? Come on. I like the fact that look at Domantas Sabonis. Domantas Sabonis with a double-double. I don't think this guy will finish the season without having a single double-double. I think he will be the double-double king. I mean, he's going to be that guy that's going to get you at least 10 points and at least 10 rebounds a game. Sabonis is just freaking amazing. De'Aaron Fox, he's always good. He's going to get you those assists. Harrison Barnes, what about him, man? Jesus. Harrison freaking Barnes. He popped off tonight, boys. De'Aaron Fox, who? See, that this is, so this game proves we don't need to have all of our picks. We don't need to have all of our top players scoring. These guys can pick up, we have guys like Barnes to pick up slack where slack is need to be picked up. And then, Sasha Vinnikov, he looked pretty good too. I like Sasha.
All right, I'm back. Talking a little basketball.
A little basketball with little PK and Mo and Eric L.
What's he? Oh, real quick, Eric L. The main branches in Civil War were Army, Navy, Marines. Yep.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, I believe the Navy is the oldest branch of the armed forces.
Yeah, it is. Navy played a huge part. They had to do the blockade. They were part of the whole Anaconda Operation Anaconda. But the biggest part they played, I would say, is on the Mississippi River. I mean, they played it wasn't what you call the what do they call it? Not the Blue Fleet, but the river. But it was duty that wasn't.
God, what is it called? We
Brown Water Fleet.
Brown Water today.
Brown Water Fleet and the Blue Water Fleet. That's what it is.
Right.
But the Blue Water Fleet, they had to just do blockade duty, which wasn't exactly the only thing that was beneficial with the blockade duty was you got a percentage of whatever you confiscated when people were trying to run the blockade. So if the Confederates are trying to run blockade to get to the Caribbean to get supplies from the British, whatever, if they were able to catch them, whatever booty they had, you divvied up among the crew.
I'll be one second, real bit.
All right. All right, what do we got here? What the heck? Your grandpa was a Navy soldier? He was a Navy sailor. Don't tell your grandpa that he was a Navy soldier. You might want to say that he's a sailor. Nope, that ain't my duty no more, Eric. You could talk to Los about that one. Are they still going on strong over there?
I think they are. Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, they're still going. I think they're still talking about the damn trade thing too. Leave it alone, please.
Yeah, I see it in the damn. I see
the
chat. There's a lot of people talking in the chat. It seems like.
And we don't. Can we put this trade thing to bed already? I don't like that hanging over my head, man. It's not fun when you got all this damn drama and crap. Might be in your AO soon. I got to go visit my. I got to go visit my uncle down there.
Where at?
He's out in Lodi.
Oh, damn! That's right down the road from me. Yeah.
Yeah, we're probably going to go to. He likes to go to this little Mexican place down there in downtown Lodi. I can't remember the name of it. For the life of me, I've been going.
Oh, it's like a taqueria right down there, right?
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it, but it's so good. Yeah, he's Vietnam era Air Force veteran. He was stationed in Maine and Fort Wainwright out there, and then he was stationed.
He must have been in the 80s, huh?
70s, 70s to 80s.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Val?
What's cracking, man? Hey, here we go. We got some. Yeah, they're obsessed with trades, man.
Holy crap.
Yeah, Matthew. Not every Navy guy is a sailor, so to speak. You got pilots in there. You have special operations guys like the SWICs, Navy SEALs.
Oh, hey, and here's another thing. Okay, first off, PK called his grandpa a Navy soldier. Yeah, I don't think you say that. I think it's a Navy sailor, if I'm not mistaken.
I wasn't going to correct him on that one. I didn't want to offend him, but yeah.
And here's another thing.
Army guys are soldiers.
You don't call Navy pilots. They're not pilots. They are
aviators.
Naval aviators.
Naval aviators.
Yep.
Pilots are Air Force. So, for example, I got into it with the guy who was I got into it with a guy who was he called himself a Navy combat medic. I'm like, hell no, son. There's only one combat medic in the world, and that's an Army combat medic. You're a fucking pardon the French, but you're a freaking corpsman, dude.
Corpsman. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. isn't that what they called? Now the Marines called them corpsmen, right? When they wanted an aide or a medic, right? They didn't say medic.
They didn't say medic. They corpsmen. They call for corpsmen.
Yeah. Exactly.
Army is medic. Yeah, that's all there is. 68 whiskey.
Man, I could talk about seriously, I could talk about Civil War forever.
I could too.
It was making me mad. I couldn't figure out that general. I've had it on the tip of my tongue and I just couldn't get it because I had McLaws stuck in my head because it's the same. It's Mahone and then you got McLaws. McLaws wasn't, he was a good general, but he didn't own a railroad. It was Mahone that owned the railroad. What's up, senior?
Man, we got a senior in here. Light the freaking beam, homie.
And
he was in Vegas today. How was that, dude?
I think it was a travel day today, right? And I don't think they played. Oh yeah, light the beam.
Yeah, he was out. I think he said he was out in Vegas today or something. So
yeah, his step grandfather was Alex Verashu. The guy was a badass. There's no.
Hey man, if you survived the Japanese Zero, hats off to you, my friend.
Well, at that time with the Mariana turkey shoot, the problem is the Japanese lost so many of their good pilots pretty early on that the level of skill. Don't get me wrong, I'm not downplaying it. You still got a guy in an airplane that's willing to shoot at you, So, but one thing that the Americans did that the Germans didn't do to the Japanese is they rotated their veteran pilots.
Right.
They rotated them, had them train other guys, and then they could come back into the fold. The Germans and the Japanese, they just kept throwing them out there, and they were getting all killed off.
Yeah, Matthew. The flight medics, we call them flight docs. I believe that's a 68 whiskey Fox 6. I was a 68 whiskey Mike 6.
Yeah. Now they're attached to airborne. I guess that's special airborne medics. I'm guessing, right?
No, they're going to be with the aviation battalions. They'll be with the cab.
Well, you had medics that had to get jumped though, right? Jump qualified.
Yeah. If they're with the Ranger Battalion or if they're with
the 82nd or 101st,
68 whiskey 1, that'll be what they are.
Okay, they get so basically it's the same as a medic, but you get a different designator at the end, right?
You have a designator, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you're a certain thing, yeah. Mine when I was a butt wiper.
Yeah, I think they called them SEIs, right? I don't know if they called them that in the Army. Special something indicator. It's SEI, special equipment indicator, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, there's SEI and there's ASI or something like that.
Yeah, Tyler, we kind of touched on that. Yeah, we saw what was going on in Maine. Crazy.
Yeah, he's not one of ours, guys. He's a shitbag.
Yeah, he's a veteran, but let's say
he lost all right to be one the moment he picked up a gun.
Yeah, exactly. What's the word that you use?
The moment he decided.
Allegedly, he's a veteran. There you go. Allegedly, he's a veteran.
Allegedly.
We don't know.
And if he is a true veteran, he's persona non grata.
Let's wait till they find him, get him, and then we could get who exactly this guy is, because I don't want to, call this guy a veteran, because if he wasn't a veteran at all, then you're disparaging the word veteran. If he was a veteran and he did this, you're disparaging the word of veteran. So either way, it's not good. No,
exactly. But yeah, airborne troops, man. Airborne soldier is something different.
I heard the 10th Mountain has a little bit more. They're a little bit more respected than airborne. That's what I've heard. I don't know.
Yeah, they are.
Because they're specialized in mountain fighting.
Well, kind of.
Right.
But they're at Fort Bliss and Fort Polk. I've had 10th Mountain soldiers under my command, and they're pretty good. I never had any issues with them.
Squared away.
It was always the guys from the 82nd that I had issues with, because they thought they were cock of the walk because they were 82nd.
It's funny, when I was stationed in Kuwait, I was there right before they had their big election, and that's when they brought in a brigade of the 82nd. And it's funny because I was stationed at the Kuwaiti International Airport. They flew in on the commercial jets. They come out and they go sit right on the tarmac.
Yeah.
The C-130s had come in. They'd load them into the C-130s and then take them into Iraq. I mean, it was like boom, 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 boom. It was pretty fantastic.
That reminds me of the old PT song we would have. C-130 rolling down the strip.
Yeah. Yep. But that's what they're doing. And they were flying them in because they don't want to truck them in because of all the damn vehicle-borne IEDs. That was doing some damage. So they were trying to limit the amount of ground traffic. So they would put them on C-130s, put them in, fly them into Iraq, and then it's less of a road trip where they'd have to be positioned.
The 101st Airborne, the Screaming Beagles.
The Screaming Beagles.
We used to call them the Screaming Beagles. So, just so you guys know, if you're not airborne, you kind of crap on people who are airborne. If you are airborne, then you crap on us.
Crap on people who aren't. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how that kind of works out.
Exactly.
It's all fun and games. We all bleed green at the end of the day, as far as we're concerned in the Army.
Yep, you're all there to do a job, right? But
100%,
I was gonna I was talking before you left. I was talking about how I think Israel's waiting for all the air defense, all the air defense stuff to come in.
In fact,
because I think once the ground defense stands, it's going to be a lot of missiles coming into Israel.
I believe they said as much today, if I remember correctly. I believe they said as much that they were waiting for U.S. Defense Forces to get in the AO before they did anything, which makes complete 100%. Because, just like we talked about in the past few shows, once they do enter this thing, it's going to be all hell break loose, man. And it's not just going to be in Gaza, guys. It's going to be, hey, don't be surprised something pops off here too. So,
or if not here, to other people stationed in the region as well.
Other people around the globe. Yep. Yeah, it's not going to be.
It's going to be. It's. I don't. We'll see. But we'll
see what happens.
Again, like I said, it's if you don't operate out of position of strength, it's really difficult.
Man, we're being noticed. We're being reactionary right now versus proactive.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the issue that I have is when you're being reactionary, you're gonna have issues, and you're not gonna, and it's not gonna be good. Like you said, when you're operating from that level, you don't have no leverage. You're not having it.
For example, if Iran is still a threat, put forces in place to keep them in check.
That's what I was going to talk about. It's funny because how many times let's just go back into let's go back to 2019. Mm-hmm. Do you remember what happened in 22 significant events happened that Iran was responsible for in 2019? One of them was they attacked. Do you remember they shot down in international airspace one of our Global Hawks?
They shot down a Global Hawk.
They shot down a Global. What happened shortly after? Those missiles that got launched into.
Strike, yeah.
What did we do in response to that?
Didn't do a damn thing.
They didn't do a damn thing. And guess who was president at the time?
Yeah.
Donald J. Trump. Okay. I'm kind of going to go just a little bit political here because here's the deal. Yeah. It doesn't matter what administration. I mean, you could even go back before that. You had Obama. Before that, I mean, you had Bush. Bush. No one ever held Iran, what do you call it?
Accountable.
Yes, accountable. You know who did though? Ronald Reagan. Do you remember what Ronald Reagan did in the 80s? He sunk the Navy. He sunk the entire Iranian Navy because they were constantly messing with the sea traffic coming through the Gulf.
And the Libyans too. He did the same thing to Libyans.
And same thing to Libyans. This is the problem. When you allow this to happen and there's no repercussions because of this this type of action being done by the Iranians, they're going to keep doing it. Just the same playbook happened prior to September 11th. You had the USS Akol hit. You had the two U.S. embassies in Africa were destroyed. You had Khobar Towers. You had all these. You had the first World Trade Center in 1993. You had all these indicators that, we got to maybe keep an eye on this. And it led to one of the worst disasters that happened in U.S. country in U.S. history.
Yeah, it did.
So you got to do something. And if they don't, if you don't, and you don't hold them accountable, they're going to keep doing it. And that's what's happening.
It's weakness.
It's weakness.
These countries will exploit weakness. And no.
Now I'll give credit to one. I'll give one credit to Trump. They got that Suleiman. They nailed that that Iranian general that was in Iraq.
Oh yeah,
they hit him.
They did. They droned around top of his damn forehead.
Yeah, but that's not enough for what they did. It's not.
No, that's just one guy.
And if you don't do nothing, and if you don't show that you're serious, they're going to keep doing the thing that they're doing because they can get away with it. And that's the issue I have. Case
in point, the amount of cruise missiles and drones they launched against the USS Carney. They don't give a flying F.
And you know what? How about the attack on U.S. forces in Syria?
Oh,
attacks on U.S. forces in Iraq,
and Baghdad and Erbil.
Exactly.
Erbil, excuse me. Yeah, same difference. Yeah, they don't. There's no respect there. They're going to continue. They're going to continue to do that until we have to do something against them, which is what it's coming down to.
Here's the thing that's got to be scary too. What's to say that Russia wouldn't launch one of their hypersonic missiles from the Black Sea because it could reach probably Israel?
Oh, it could. What's
could. I mean, you got to put this together. These people, there's definitely a coalition. You know, I'm not going to call it an axis of evil, but there's definitely agreements between Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea.
You can make a case that Iran is a proxy for the Russians.
Yeah. Wow.
You make a case that Syria is too.
Now, I would say Syria is a proxy of Iran.
Yeah.
I don't know about Iran being a proxy for because they kind of they're supplying Russia. They're supplying Russia with their drones and whatever.
Right? Yeah. They're doing a lot. It's just
they got a navy, and they're trying.
Like we talked about the other day, the whole Eurasia thing. We have lost. I mean,
yes,
we have lost.
Not lost strategically, but we've lost politically. We've lost credibility wise. I mean,
as far as credibility goes,
I get so mad because you can just
watch that documentary Retrograde. That'll tell you enough.
That's where it starts. I mean, honestly, that's where it began. That's where the softness began as far as what currently is happening. But I mean, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something right now, and I hope there's already contingencies for this. If Iran gets involved in what's going on in Israel, we just got to go in there and then take out their nuclear capability. Anything that they're doing with those nuclear, their power plants, whatever they're doing with that, we just need to go wipe it out.
I agree.
You cannot imagine what it's going to be if these guys, I'm talking about Iranians, get a nuclear weapon of some sort. Imagine the chaos that would happen.
Oh, you know what? I hate to say this, but I think as soon as we get our missile defense system set up, it's time for us to go knock down some Iranian targets.
I think we should. Honestly, I think they need to do that.
Yeah.
Because you can't allow these people. A lot of deaths. You cannot allow the Iranians to get a nuclear weapon. You cannot.
Oh, God. If they get one, they would launch one with a heartbeat.
I don't know if you're here, but Iran is there are certain, I don't think you were here. There are certain countries that you could get away with by showing force, not just militarily, but politically, economically, whatever it may be. And they'll back down. They'll capitulate. You don't have to worry about them because you've done your job. Iran is not the type of country that is easily thwarted in what they want to achieve.
And they never have been.
They're not. They are very dedicated in what they want to achieve. So
they've been espousing the same points of view
and they've been doing this for decades.
100%, yeah.
It's a radical ideology that they will not back off of. They are determined to do what they want to do, and nothing's going to scare them off. And unfortunately, you're going to have to prevent these people, because when you have people like that, you cannot allow them to have a nuclear weapon of any sort. Are they going to be like it was in the Cold War? No, they'll of course they're going to be willing to use that.
100%, yeah. Well,
I don't think Iranian has it, because if Iran had nukes right now, there would already be this would be a different case. They would be blackmailing Israel left and right.
Were you ever in Baghdad? I sure as hell wasn't.
No, I was never in Baghdad. I was in Kuwait and UAE.
Were you at Arif or Buren?
No, for Kuwait, I was in. I was at the airport, Kuwaiti International Airport.
Gotcha.
I got to see Rumsfeld come through.
Oh,
a couple
nice.
of senators. Yeah.
Probably had some good chow, didn't
it? What's his name? John Kerry came through.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But
you get how many coins did you get?
I didn't get none. I was working.
You didn't get any coins? Oh, what a bunch of.
Well, because I saw Rumsfeld, he was just going by in a damn limousine. Well, or armored car, I should say. But yeah, he came through. But we were doing all the air traffic coming in, because everything would come into Kuwait and then go into Iraq, and vice versa, come out of Iraq. Yeah, that was
cool
something else,
man.
It was interesting. I was there as quality assurance, but my job as quality assurance there was dumb, because quality assurance for Air Force, basically you're making sure everyone's following the book.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to stop missions because you didn't use the right technical data. You ever heard of TOs? That's what we got. Well, I don't know what you guys call them in the Army, but you have technical orders, and it basically lays out exactly how you're supposed to do certain things.
Yeah.
Supposed to be doing it safely, all that good stuff, right? But so I was like, you know what? Hey, let me go work up at the mock. And I was doing the parking plan. So all the aircraft that were coming in, I had to make sure they know exactly where to go in the airport.
Oh, yeah. And
it was a pain in the ass. Because I had to
so you were in charge of the taxi. Oh, okay.
I had to be in touch with base ops. I had to let the air crew know who are coming in. This is where you're, and this is where you're going to go. And then I had to talk back to the United States, because sometimes a plane would be flying in, say like a C-5 is coming in. It's supposed to land in Iraq, but it's getting shelled, so they got to divert it to the Kuwait. So I got to talk to them. It's like, man, I got no spot. I was like, well, we'll figure it out, I guess. Oh man,
you got an airplane the size of a damn skyscraper coming in here.
It was insane, and we only had so many spots to park planes. I mean, it was insane. I enjoyed that. That was good.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, Tyler, I already heard that. We kind of went out on a rant the first 15 minutes of the show, but yeah.
Yeah.
Man, matter of fact, here I'm gonna go about 15 more minutes, and then I'm gonna shut it down. By that time we'll go on 2 hours.
Sounds bueno. Yeah, that whole situation there. We could let that one go. Yeah, I'm pissed with you, Tyler. We are all pissed with you.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense.
God, I know. You know what? There was something else I wanted to bring up, and I'm gonna wind up remembering it after I get off, and it's gonna piss me off.
Oh, damn it! What happened to my?
Oh, you lost some light.
Whoa!
What's up?
Okay, I'm back. I'm back now. That was strange.
Nothing new. Nothing new in Israel going on.
No. Not too much going on. Man, I would love to have a nice Civil War discussion with Alex.
Oh, that would be great. Hey, if you want to set that one up, whenever he gets time, because we always go on at night. I mean, I guess we could come on during the day if he needs to be. We could always do it.
I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him after we get off the stream here and see what's going on.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, he's a reenactor.
Okay, here's the thing, because West Virginia, they left the Confederacy because they were Unionists.
Part of the Union. They were actually part of the Union.
So was he more of a Confederate or a Union guy?
He's a Confederate guy. He reenacts.
All right, fair enough. That's fine.
He's got some really cool pictures too of him reenacting, and he's done a tour of Gettysburg and all that fun stuff. I mean,
I'm gonna do that eventually, man.
He's for being a young dude, man. He's a pretty damn good resource. I actually I had him look into my great grandfather there a little bit too. It was pretty cool. Dick Cheney movie.
But yes, that's what I'm talking about, Matt, is we can't allow them to even get close. We can't. And this is just by seeing what's going on. I mean, they would not be afraid to drop a nuke right in the middle of Israel. They would not care.
No. If they had one right now, it had already been done with. It had already been launched. The most they have is the cruise missiles, which are bad enough.
Yeah, exactly. And they got a ballistic program. They've already sent up a couple of satellites, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, so they got the capability, but as far as having a nuclear warhead, no, they don't have that yet. But we can't allow the yet. We don't want it to get to yet.
No.
Well, the problem with North Korea is, yes, they have way less money, but who's supplying them?
Mm-hmm.
That's their neighbor to the north, the Chinese. They're the ones that are helping them get this.
Yep.
North Korea does not do anything without China's approval. You got to get that straight. They will not do anything without China's approval. That's 100%. Why I find it funny that Russia has to go to North Korea for ammunition. That tells you the state of Russia. No. Don't get me wrong. Russia's still a threat because they still got nuclear weapons. So,
No, I agree with you on that point. We should, you know what? I was thinking about a couple of guys in the chat were mentioning in Discord. It might be a good thing to do for the channel.
Maybe if we get it a little bit bigger, we'll see how that works. Because I know you could do Patreon and all that stuff where, you could get people, you get special content or something.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty cool. But I want to establish my subscriptions just a little bit more before we get going on that.
No, I get you.
No, I haven't seen that Dick Cheney movie.
Does he get shot by does he get
shot? Oh, yeah. He put some bird shot. He put some bird shot in the guy's face. Yeah.
How do you mess that
Oops.
up? Man? You going, whoopsie daisy. You're a pigeon all of a sudden.
The Tsar. Yeah, the Tsar bomb. Yeah, that thing was a monster.
There used to be a channel when I was a young buck, when I was still in school. There used to be a channel that used to play early in the morning, believe it or not. They would play the old video clips of all the nuclear tests.
Oh, yeah. Crazy, huh?
Oh, Jesus, dude. I mean, if you look at one of those things go off,
it
makes you feel very small.
It does. It's a freaking
that
nature.
much.
Matt says he's got a lot of family in Savannah. They know mostly about the app. World War II. I love war. That's another. Oh man, I'm more. I have more affinity to the European. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
The European theater more than the Pacific. Not to say one is more important than the other, but I just tend to gravitate more to the European side than the Asian side.
Well, we lost a whole lot of guys over there.
Two totally separate theaters of war. You got your traditional, going overland campaign in Europe.
They were fought very differently.
Exactly. And then you got in the Pacific, whereas, they undertook the strategy of island hopping, which, I kind of understand because it had to do more with logistics than anything else. It's hard to, sail a ship, a couple of thousand miles and then you got no support and you're screwed. That's why they went after, what was that? New Guinea and all that stuff. They went down there first and then made their way up north.
Yeah, it's man, could you imagine being a Marine then? You were pretty much being sent to your freaking death.
And that's what was unique. You had all the Marines in the Pacific and you had all the Army in the European theater.
And it wasn't until later in the Pacific theater that the Army came in, but it was very sparingly. There was only like a handful of battalions that were involved.
Right. It was mostly Marines.
It was all Marines that led that whole thing, and they got chewed up, man.
Oh.
I mean,
which brings another point is they better start producing some more military equipment in this country because
we're giving all our weapons away. We're giving away over a stockpile. I mean, you got
to replenish that.
I wonder. I was thinking about it the other day. If I was in the reserve again, what would my troops have to go to training with? What would they have?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Good question. Especially artillery rounds. I think it's like we're getting down to like the nitty gritty with that stuff.
Well, and then we're not just giving any artillery round; we're giving the Excalibur rounds too. Those are $100K.
Yeah, the Excalibur. Yeah,
$100,000 those things cost. So
the
I mean,
UK were in there. World War One's another interesting. What I like about what interests me about World War One more than anything else was just how it actually came about. The diplomatic, it was crazy because you had so many different alliances in Europe that what is it? I can't even remember how it all went. I know the Russians were in alliance with the Serbs. They were supposed to protect the Serbs. You had Germany in an alliance with Austria. You had France with an alliance with the Russians.
Yeah.
So what happened was, when Austria went into Serbia, Russia had an obligation to defend Serbia. So Russia mobilizes, and that was the whole thing. When other countries saw another country mobilize, they began to mobilize.
Yeah.
And then then that country mobilizes. And then once everyone starts mobilizing, just like I said, once you get all that stuff going, there's only one way out of it. And that's the start of war. And unfortunately, that's what happened.
And you had all of Europe was involved. It wasn't just a handful of countries.
So Russia comes in. Russia comes in to protect the Serbs. Austria goes in there because they didn't like the Russians protecting the Serbs. Since they had an agreement with Germany, Germany now declares war on Russia. So then France has to declare war on Germany because they declared war on Russia. Oh man, you want to talk about a mess?
Have you ever played the game Age of Empires?
No.
So in that game, you kind of have your own little civilization, if you will, and then when you go attack somebody, next thing you know, you get like 8 other people attacking you. That's kind of what that was.
Wow.
In World War One.
Oh, one war I've enjoyed learning about is the Irish War.
The Irish Civil War, yeah, that was going on during World War One. The Irish Civil War for independence.
Yeah, that went on for until the damn 90s, something like that.
Well,
not the actual war, but tension.
They're still fighting that battle to this day, Northern Ireland. But yeah, they won independence for most of Ireland, but they seceded Northern Ireland to the English.
Another thing I also like is the Scottish history. I don't know. Do you ever hear about the Jacobites back in 1745?
Yeah.
I love that. They almost won their independence in 1745. They were
persecuted pretty. Yeah, they were. To me, Celtic history in general is pretty interesting.
Oh, it's very interesting.
If you go back, so I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the Celtics were the original tribe of Europe, and
the Celts. Yeah,
and Caesar was the one who pushed them out of Europe and into Ireland.
Yeah, because if you look, all the Celts, there's a shit ton of Celts, and they were crazy fighters too.
Oh, they were
in Europe. Fighters. They actually defeated the Romans before the Romans became, the Romans. But they were fierce fighters, man.
Every time you hear the Romans mention the Gauls, they're talking about
the Celtics or the Celts. Yeah, that's what I hate. When I see Celtics, I always want to say Celtics. People always give me a tough time when I say because that's what it is. It's Celtic. Yeah. It's not Celtic.
Yeah, I've been corrected by an Irishman before, so I was like, okay, is that what you call it? Then I would gladly say that.
But it's interesting.
Being part Irish myself,
I'm gonna tell you something before I get out of here. If you ever get a chance to go to Scotland, oh my gosh, that's one of our most favorite places that we ever visited. And we went up. We weren't in Edinburgh or Glasgow. We went up to the Highlands. We stayed in the city of Inverness, and we were able to branch off from there. We stayed there for 11 days. The best. Oh, I mean, we went in August. And
did you go to the castles?
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Even though it wasn't springtime, which is really green, we went in August. I'm telling you, the level of green is you can't even describe it. You can't even describe it. I mean, it's just the most amazing. Loved it. Absolutely loved it, man.
I watch this show sometimes when I'm late at night when I can't sleep. It's about the people in England It's like their own version of HGTV when they find homes over there. And man, some of those places around there is just so beautiful, dude. Like we don't have anything like that in the United States. These nice manor homes with these nice little plots of land. It's just, man, dude.
Okay, real quick, there's a new thing here. It's it's in Hebrew. I can't read that, but it says updated an hour ago. I don't know. Weird. I thought that said 10 minutes, but the Israeli army tonight carried out an unusual and extensive ground raid of infantry and armored forces inside Gaza Strip. The raid was larger in scope and depth inside Gaza. Its purpose is to attack Hamas targets from within the Strip and to strengthen the defense. This is a more extensive operation than the raids carried out so far in the last 2 weeks of Gaza Strip.
So they're scaling up their invasion then.
And it looks like it's towards the southern part of Gaza.
Interesting. They just told every civilian to evacuate to the southern part of Gaza.
Yep. Let me it says an hour ago, but man, I looked at it. But like I said, the source is a little bit. It's in Hebrew. I can't translate that, so I don't know if that's.
What do you think about? What do you make of that thing where what's the guy? McGregor comes out and says we lost the SOF force in Gaza.
I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
I don't know that guy. I don't know. Like I said, he's not. He's not in the loop anymore. So I'm pretty sure he probably has connections, but that seems a little bit. I don't know, man.
I would have assumed if we lost an SOF force, we would have acted by now. I would think, but I would hope so at least.
No,
Wolfowitz, Aaron's got some pretty good stuff.
We'll have to. The Wolfowitz, we could get it when we start talking about Gulf War, or we ever get into it. Yeah. Man, we could go in so many damn different directions. All right, well, here, let me start this real. Yeah, I see. Hold on, I see what you're saying there, Tyler. Give me a minute here. Saying Japan has suspended all Japanese flights into Israel. Well, we've already done that. We don't have any flights going into Israel, right? Not commercial. If I'm not mistaken,
no.
I thought we suspended all flights going in there, didn't we?
I'm pretty sure we did on our end, yeah.
I thought we did on our end. So now Japan's doing it. They know what's up.
Makes sense. Well, yeah,
they're trying to avoid collateral damage. So I'd say, Eric, were you in Scotland when you? Oh, I ain't gonna try no damn haggis, man. Hell no. You know what I did try though, real quick. They had an egg salad sandwich with bacon, right? I was like, oh, really? Man, that sounds good, right? So I was like, hey, give me some extra bacon. They bring this freaking sandwich out, and that bacon was not cooked. I was like, what is this?
No,
they don't have a they didn't have a quote unquote. I guess that's how they eat their bacon over there. It's freaking raw. I was like,
boil it or something. No. They don't do like we do. They boil it in like water or something.
Oh yeah, When I looked at that, I was like, I can't eat that. I can't eat that. No, it was just egg salad with that was it, man. Oh, brother.
Oh, I'll give you the bubble guts in the morning, man.
Oh, I won't even try to. Nope. I'll have to pass.
No, I'm all bueno on that one.
Gosh, dang, man.
I guess they like fried foods over there.
Yeah. But hey, guys, thanks for joining. I appreciate the dedication you guys are showing to the channel. I appreciate that.
You know what? I'll tell you what, Eric, the viewership is pretty consistent, man.
Yeah, it is, which is nice. Hey,
consistent.
I appreciate that. I mean, I'm not taking it for granted, not in any way, shape, or form. I said, I like doing this military history conversation stuff. And again, it does involve current events, but like I said, we'll just make sure we not get too crazy with our I mean, there's nothing wrong with giving our impression of what we think, but I want to have it a little bit more, I guess, based, as they say, right?
I have to give a quick shout out real quick. What's up, Dad?
Sure. Hey, all right. Is he watching?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. Good deal.
I got him subscribed.
Hey, fantastic. Hey, Father will be. I appreciate you showing the support. Hopefully we don't make ourselves look like idiots out here. We try to have, some kind of knowledge, on this channel.
He's a good dude, man. He's a
take it easy, Arrow.
From back in the 70s.
Haggis, I think isn't that like raw sausage or something? There's something nasty.
Yeah, they put it in
It's
a
like
sheep's stomach and
the sheep's
boil
stomach,
it or
yeah.
something, and you
No
cut
thanks.
it open. It's supposed to be like a Thanksgiving kind of thing, whatever that means in their customs.
Yep, exactly. It's just part of their culture. I just, whew, some things I gotta draw the line on. But
Yes, sir, indeed.
But thanks again. Like I said, if it looks like we're getting, I keep saying it, looks like we're getting close. Every day that goes by, you know, it always seems to be something new going on. So
one of these days, we'll end up doing a live stream of the actual invasion. That's actually not what we want to do.
And once it kicks off, I might actually just go live, and maybe we could follow it hour by hour, or not hour by hour. I don't want to.
Oh yeah, I can. I'll hop on with you at that point.
Yeah, well, whenever you have time, because yeah, it's going to be interesting when that kicks off. A lot of stuff's going to happen, I think. Hey, thanks, Val.
Ooh, yeah.
Appreciate it.
Val, yeah, hell yeah.
We talked a little bit of Giants today. I had to get that off my chest. God, what a
I needed to clear a few things on that one too, because that was just when Los broke that news in our group chat, I was just like, "Are you serious?"
There you go, Central Valley. I like that. My family will live here, so I care for this country more than anything. I like that. Good for you.
God bless. God bless.
I like that. Awesome. You gotta have more people like that. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are like that. You know, be careful what you see in the news and stuff. That's the minority. You know, just know
they're always the loudest. They're always the loudest.
Yeah.
And,
so you just do with it what you may, but don't let it dissuade you in what you feel. What's up, Kyle? Hey, sorry you came in a little bit late, but we'll probably be back on in a couple more days or so. Yeah, just go in the back, or maybe fast forward the first 4. It was just me kind of just figuring out what to say when you left.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
It's all good. No, it's not your fault. Not your fault.
I had to go out there and I had to say a few things, man.
Exactly.
Like there's, just so you guys know, there is no collusion in the fantasy football.
No collusion in the NorCal Sports Network.
I'm not talking to Truck. I'm not talking to MF or Haruku or nothing like that. It's all bueno. It's all bueno.
All right, guys. Again, thanks for joining. We'll see you guys soon. You'll probably see me. I don't know when we're going to be doing some NorCal Sports, but just keep tuned. You know, you'll get your notification if you're subscribed. Make sure you hit that subscribe on both channels, and we'll see you then. For Will B, and for myself, thanks for joining. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.
Thanks for joining, guys. Peace.